Hello, my name is Cactus Con Carne. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome back to the only YouTube cooking show that you need to be watching. Now today, we're going to do something fun. We're going to make cookies. Not just any cookies, chocolate chip cookies, because that's everybody's favorite. Now, these are based on the Toll House secret recipe. And in the book, that's what he states. And these are the ingredients you're going to need. So we're going to take a look at all the ingredients and then we'll get to mixing. You need 8 ounces of butter, unsalted, melted. You need 12 ounces of bread flour by weight, please. Now, this is what I've got. I've also got my 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda in here as well. Now, we're just going to set this aside as well. We need 2 ounces of granulated sugar, which is on the bottom of this, with 8 ounces of light brown sugar. I've done this all by weight as well. You need 1 large egg and 1 large egg yolk and 1.5 teaspoons vanilla extract and 2 tablespoons of whole milk. That's just in a measuring cup. We'll get to that in a second, why that's in there. And you need 12 ounces of chocolate morsels, whatever your favorite kind is. Now, we'll get to mixing all this in a second here. What first thing you should do is melt up your butter, like I've already done, in a nice little saucepan and set that aside to cool. Then what you want to do is you want to get your dry ingredients, which is your salt, your baking soda, and your flour. Bread flour, not regular everyday flour. This will make it puffy and, nice and fluffy. And you want to sift that with a nice sifter. If you don't have a sifter, a food processor will work just fine. And sift that onto a paper plate, and that's how we're going to distribute it into our nice stand mixer that I've got. If you do not have a stand mixer, a regular handheld mixer will do on a nice medium setting. So I'm going to sift this and then we're coming back to it. Okay, so start by putting your butter melted into your work bowl. Now I mentioned that if you do not have this, you can use a stand mixer, use a medium work bowl, and either get a wet towel and put underneath it, or I've picked these up. They're just supposed to be little jar openers. If you set this underneath a bowl, it works wonders and it'll keep your bowl in place. Now, this is all going to be done with your paddle attachment on your mixer, if you have a mixer. So, butter in, and both of your sugars. Now you're essentially creaming your butter. You're going to do that for 2 minutes on medium speed. So I'm going to do that and we're going to cut back to it through the magic of the internet. While your butter is creaming, take your milk and your vanilla extract in a nice measuring cup, your whole egg and your egg yolk, and whisk those together in the measuring cup. It'll help distribute it. So turn your speed down and then add your egg and milk mixture until it's thoroughly integrated. Approximately 30 seconds. That seems about enough. Now, using the paper plate that you sifted everything on, your dry team, integrate slowly your dry team into your wet team. Now, just like this. You want to stop every now and again to scrape down the sides of your bowl. So once the flour is mixed, drop the speed down to stir, and then mix in your chocolate. So once your chocolate chips are in here, you have to take this entire bowl, just spin off just like this. Wrap it. Put some saran wrap on the top. Pop it in your fridge for an hour. We'll come back to it then. Once your cookies are cold, preheat your oven to 375. Now, once you get it done, take your cookie dough scoop. Split it up into 6 per, now it says half cookie, or a half sheet pan. I've only got 1 half sheet pan, but I've got cookie sheets, which is the same difference. So I've got 6 on each of these, and I'm going to do another 2 because this will make 2 dozen cookies. You should go into the oven for 375 for 15 minutes, and you can do 2 at a time. So you want them in the top third and bottom third of your oven for 15 minutes, and then you want to flip them halfway through. So this one's going to go in here. This is going to go right in the top. Make sure they actually fit in your oven. After they come out of the oven, put it on a cooling rack for 5 minutes and then go to town on these bad boys because they are delicious. Cookie making isn't very hard, and it's not very time consuming either, as it was 15 minutes per dozen. Now, it's not very expensive, as I said. The flour is the only thing because I use bread flour. And if you don't have bread flour, I suggest it because it make it, it's a lot different consistency than if you would cook it with all-purpose flour. The light brown sugar gives that added depth rather than just regular granulated white sugar, and you know, and that's it. Everything together shouldn't really be that much. Maybe, you know, $10 for 2 dozen cookies, right? That's it for me. I have been Cactus Con Carne. This has been Cactus Cooks.